This is the Captain's Jug of Thoughts podcast, recorded at the Ontario House, the Stone Jug.
All right, first things first. Friday, March 6th, Phriendly Phoes is going to be back at Mr. Good Bar upstairs headlining. We're headlining this time, all right? So this is a pretty cool thing for us. So we need you to come out. Friday, March 6th, upstairs, Mr. Good Bar in Buffalo. It's one of the best fucking places to see music in the goddamn city. It's going to be a great night. Also, we have Stevie and Mike from Solar Plexus. They're going to be doing a duo set. And we have Aeroplane, which is Western New York's premier Red Hot Chili Peppers tribute band featuring my buddy Brendan from Irregardless. That's who's upstairs. And also, Grub, our buddy Ryan Henderson's band Grub, is downstairs the same night. That whole building's going to be rocking. What, are you going to miss it? What, are you new? You going to miss it? Come on. So Friday, March 6th, Mr. Good Bar, Phriendly Phoes headlining upstairs. We need your support. We need you to come out and show these people that we mean business. All right? Thank you.
All right. It's the Captain's Jug of Thoughts, and we're back at the Jug. It's been a while since we've been back here, man.
Yeah, we haven't done a show here in a little while. We got a really special guest on the show tonight. Jay, say hello to everybody.
Hello.
So Jay's going to give us a brief history of Youngstown. Main Street, I think, is going to be a lot of it. And, we're going to see what he's got, because he's got a lot. We know that.
The old days.
Yeah, the old days.
I mean, yeah, that's Youngstown is a very historical town. That's the bread and butter here. The fort and everything, but I mean, it's we talk about the fort, and it's like there's only two, like the fort and now, but in between that, there's been a lot.
Yeah.
Well, I remember when the fort was here. A lot of people that I talked to that were here probably 20 years ago. I told them there was a hospital down there. They don't believe it, but there was.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Like
oh yeah,
like a fort, like a not a military hospital or like a hospital.
I think it was built more for the military.
Yeah.
And the families that lived in the, how would I describe it though? Not homes. Separate homes. They were like little apartments.
Okay.
For all the wives and children of
the families that were like stationed there. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they've got all those cool buildings in there and almost nobody knows what they are.
No.
Yeah.
A lot of the buildings have been torn down.
Right.
The old movie theater is still there.
Yeah, they're redoing that now, right?
That was a theater? Yeah, that looks pretty cool. I want to play there.
Yeah.
So if anyone's listening who can get us hooked up with a gig there, that would be great.
When I was going there, if you lived in Youngstown, it was 15 cents to get into the movies.
Oh, my God.
And people that didn't live in Youngstown or on the fort paid 25 cents.
Okay, I like that. Locals only.
Yeah, I like that too. What is it to go see a movie now? Like $17 or something like that?
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
You got to take out a loan.
You do.
If you want to eat, you got to have a cosigner.
Yeah, if you're like taking a girl on a date to the movies and you're going to get popcorn and sodas, you're looking at $40 or $50 to watch a fucking movie.
And the movie gets ruined by people on their phones and kids running around. But didn't have that problem at the fort, did we?
No. There was no such thing at that time.
Exactly.
And you could take a girl with you, probably spend maybe $4 or $5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like...
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. And there was also, I tell people this, a lot of people don't believe it, but there was a jail here in Youngstown.
Yeah, you were telling me about that. I was going to ask you about that.
Like an old-timey Blazing Saddles style jail?
It was a little jail. It probably wouldn't hold any more than 2 people.
Okay. So it was like a drunk tank, kind of.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And It was just for more or less a drunk they couldn't control.
Right.
That they would put them in there for a night and let them go in the morning.
Yeah.
Right.
Sleep it off.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
We might need to
That's
start
great.
a new one.
Yeah.
But it would have to be a lot bigger than this one was.
Yeah. Well, let's move toward like a store and a bank before we get a jail again.
Okay. There are stores. There was Serva's grocery store.
Uh-huh.
There was Johnson's grocery store. There was a red and white grocery store.
Wow, there's 3 stores.
There was Reed and Market's grocery store.
And where were all of these, like, where, like, say Maloney's was? Or is that, like, where were they located?
Okay. Nothing down there. They were all on Main Street.
Oh, okay.
All right. Where the Gas and Grill is right now.
Oh, all right,
Okay,
yeah.
the pizza shop.
Yeah.
All right. That was an SOS gas station. Okay.
Yeah.
Next to that was Serber's grocery store.
Right next
Okay.
to it?
Well, a little distance apart, but
But yeah,
not,
It's the
not
next
far.
building over.
Like where Joseph lives? Where Billy Joseph lives? Like that?
No, that was my house.
That was your house? No
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
That was our house. Then the SO station. Then there was a little like car salesmanship next to where the pizza shop is now,
Oh wow.
right in the center.
It's a car dealer, wow.
Not it was
Well-
a rental like
Oh, okay.
car thing.
Yeah.
Okay. And then after that was Serber's grocery store. Then after that was Guy Wall's clothing store.
Holy shit.
Then after that was, let me think. After that was my father's property from Main Street all the way down to the river.
Wow.
Then after the road that goes down to the river,
Yeah.
okay, was Lloyd's paper store.
Like about what year is this, do you think, Jay?
That was
Roughly.
back in early 60s.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
It's a hustling, bustling little town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It was very big then.
Yeah?
Oh, absolutely. Because after Lloyd's paper store was Haskell's hardware store. And it had apartments up above where the apartments are now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That was the bottom part was all Haskell's hardware.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Okay.
I've actually heard of that one.
Yeah. Then next door to that, which connected to that building, was Harani's dry cleaning.
Holy shit. We had a dry cleaner?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Then there was that little alley where that jail was. You walked down a couple steps.
Yeah.
But after the alley was red and white grocery store.
Okay. This is all down below the hill?
No, all up on Main Street.
Oh, okay,
Main
right here.
Street
Yeah.
leading down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And then after red and white was some more apartments.
Uh-huh.
Not an apartment building, but you walked upstairs, and there was some apartments up there. And then there was, let me think. After that was Aldridge's drugstore. Okay.
We had everything.
Yeah.
Which had a balcony out back where you could sit and get ice cream
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
and
cool.
and sit on like a patio.
Yeah. They should fucking have something like that now.
But it's long gone.
I know. I'm
You're
saying
not going to get it back.
No, we're not. But I'm
No.
just saying we should.
Yeah.
we should have something
Yeah.
like
Okay, I
that.
think there's some things you should try to get back. I think a paper factory would be a little obsolete at this time, but people still need drugs. You
Well,
still
yeah.
need a drugstore.
Right.
And-
You know, you still have a nice place to hang out.
Right. And I'm just going down to one side of the street
Yeah.
right at the
Yeah.
moment, okay?
Right.
And then after Aldridge's was a little barber shop, which a guy named Cooper ran. Then after that was Comerford's Hotel,
Oh yeah.
okay, which was another bar and restaurant,
Right.
Okay.
okay? And that had a back room, all glass, where you could sit there, eat dinner, and
Yeah.
look out over the river.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take advantages of, I mean, the view
Well,
here
they
is
kind of
unbeatable.
still have
Yeah.
that on the second or third floor over there. Like
Yeah.
I mean, they still have all the windows. I mean, like they
Right.
turned it into, like an Airbnb type thing now. I think.
Yeah, I haven't been over there in years, so I don't even know.
When I first moved back from Florida, that's where I stayed.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, for the first like 2 months that I was here. Yeah, so I stayed in there, and yeah, it's a unique building. It's
Yeah.
cool. It's really cool.
And that, you go across the street and coming back again was a golf station.
A golf? Well, what?
Oh,
Golf station.
A
like
golf station?
like gas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like a putting green? What are you talking
No, no, no.
Like a driving range? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
just
gas
swing away
station.
right out into the
Yeah.
water.
That'd be cool. I'm like, wow, this place was like a theme park. This is amazing.
And we used to, during the gas war at that time, used to buy gas at 16 cents a gallon.
Wow. The good old days.
Yeah.
Yeah, 16 cents.
Yeah. And when the gas wars were over, you paid about 23 cents.
Yeah.
But during that gas war at that time, you could buy it for 16 cents a gallon.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And there were still trolley tracks coming through Main Street
Wow.
with the red brick. It was never laid over street like it is now. It was red brick with
was all-
trolley tracks.
Right.
Wow.
Because they used to run trolleys all the way down to the fort.
Oh, yeah.
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 So
And-
under the street now, there's still like red brick and tracks, or did they tear it all up?
You know what? I'm not really sure because I left here
Get
for
a shovel.
almost 18 years. But they probably did cover them up.
Yeah.
I don't think they. I don't.
Would tear it up and then, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I
they
don't-
did it.
Anybody with a jackhammer,
Yeah.
come on down to the jug. Let's
Yeah.
find out. Some investigative journalism.
But I couldn't be sure of that. I'm not
Yeah.
going to state to that fact. But as you start back from the Gulf Station, then there was a house owned by John and Wendy Haley.
Yeah, I know them.
Okay.
That's funny.
Yeah.
They after they lived there, they lived Lee. We're talking about Aunt Wendy. The house they owned after I think maybe after they lived there, they moved to Lewiston. Okay, and that's where we live now. This is Wendy Haley's niece, right here.
Hi. I've known John and Wendy when they had John Jr.
Cousin John.
Cousin.
and the other son.
Cousin Michael.
This
Yeah,
is a
Michael.
small town. We're 12 minutes in, and we're
Yeah, I know.
already linked up with
And
everybody.
we're already, everybody knows each other.
I was at John and Wendy's. Well, they didn't have a house. They rented an apartment on 3rd Street,
Yeah.
right across from John Kulak's junkyard.
On 3rd Street?
Yeah.
Where the heck was the junkyard?
Yes.
Where?
Yeah.
Whereabouts was it?
Well, the corner house that's still there, off of Lockport and 3rd, the house is still there.
Uh-huh.
All the way over to the VFW was all junkyard.
Oh, it
and
was?
car sales.
That house is my cousin Pat's house now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
You're gonna find out there's about 38 people who've ever lived in this town. We all know each other.
Yeah, my cousin Pat lives there. My Uncle Wayne's son.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Then after the Gulf Station, then there was John and Wendy's house. Then there was a barber shop. Then there was an alley. And it was called Jimmy's Trade Winds, and it was a restaurant.
Okay.
Huge.
Yeah?
Big, huge restaurant.
Really?
Yeah. And upstairs is, I'm not going to say, I might get myself in trouble for that.
That's fair.
So I'm not going to say what was upstairs. But anyway.
Okay. I'm definitely asking you after the show.
Yeah, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, donate to the Patreon and we'll fill you in.
Yeah.
It was a Bible study.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And after that was Phil's Bar.
Yep.
Then there was another alley where you could drive through. Then there was another barber shop. Then red and white grocery store.
Wow.
Across the street, which is where we're at now, it's a Stone Jug.
Yep.
Okay.
Jugs always the jug stands throughout all of this.
Yeah.
So the red and white grocery store was the galley.
Yeah, no.
Who's on
Red
the-
and white was on the other side.
On the other side?
Where the yellow goose was?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, Yellow Goose was my father's parking lot. We owned all the way down to the river,
Right.
okay?
Yeah.
Yellow Goose didn't come in until after we sold to Kendall Gas Company,
Okay.
all right?
Yep.
And then Kendall got rid of it, and it went to Yellow Goose,
Right.
okay?
I remember the yellow goose.
Yeah. Well, that, even before the gas company bought it,
Uh-huh.
I used to park cars in there for 50 cents a car when Labor Day was held over here in the park.
Wow,
This
nice.
park over here.
Yeah. It was in Faulkner Park.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
Before it ever moved over there.
Right. Back when did Faulkner Park have the baseball diamond then?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Because
Yeah.
we played, it was on TV, actually. They sent down reporters and TV
Really?
people. We played, you had to hop on, once you hit the ball,
Yeah.
you had to get on a mule and ride at the first place.
What?
First
A
base.
mule?
Yeah.
What?
Man, things were different back then.
I'm serious. I'm very serious.
That's crazy.
And they put it on TV.
Yeah.
They have
That's
reporters
great.
down there and everything.
That's
I
awesome.
have to go to YouTube and see if we can find some old footage
That's
of
incredible.
that. Yeah.
You may be able to because the press was there.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, after there was Phil's, an alleyway, Izzy's Bar. After Izzy's Bar was Reed's grocery store, right across the street here.
Right.
There's a Stone Jug.
Yep.
Next to Stone Jug is where Eddie's mother and father lived upstairs, where you're living.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow. So Eddie's parents used to live where you live now?
No.
I mean, it
no,
was
right between.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was a sewing shop, sold all kinds of sewing
Yeah.
stuff and
Yarn
clothes.
and machine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Then there were 3 apartments, just one level, just one apartment. Had no upstairs or anything,
Yeah.
but there was an upstairs going across all of these 3 apartments.
Right.
Where
Okay.
people lived. But the ones below were only little
One level
shots.
houses. Yeah.
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 And then next to that was Hexamer's liquor store.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I was wondering when the liquor store was going to come into play. You had to have one.
Yeah, oh yeah. It was a big deal back then.
Right.
A pint of Muscatel was 43 cents.
That's
Okay?
awesome.
Yeah. Because Woody Wilson, which he had a lot to do with the history here in Youngstown.
Yeah.
He was a veteran. He went overseas, fought in the war. He graduated from Harvard with a 4.0.
Wow.
Stepped on a mine,
Oh.
and it messed him up pretty bad, and he became a drunk.
Yeah.
And his sister was a Wilson and married Hexmer, which owned the
The liquor store.
Right.
Okay.
But she would only sell Woody 1 pint of wine a day.
Right.
All right.
So he used to get us guys to go buy it for him
Right.
and then give it to him.
Yeah.
So, and then after that, another little driveway. And the apartment, the building that McVie just tore down,
Uh-huh.
okay,
Yeah.
that was like one bottom of it was all one apartment,
Okay.
and the upstairs was another apartment. And then the park.
Right.
And then after that was Spandora's apartments. There was 3 of them there.
The apartments that are there now, or no?
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. And Mises owned one. Dowie's owned another. And Haranis, that owned the dry cleaning, owned the other one.
This sounds great.
I mean,
Hey, man, keep it in the family.
you know, and there is a lot of history here. A lot of people have forgotten about. But when the Army pulled out, it went to hell.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, everything just went.
Well, because with that amount of people stationed here, you needed to have a town. You needed a dry cleaner and restaurants, and there was commerce. There were things happening, and you pull out the population, you know, nothing that's not going to thrive anymore.
Right.
Right.
And down Lockport Street, there was a body shop. McSpadden had a car dealership right on the corner of 2nd and Lockport here. Lincoln Mercury dealer.
Wow.
That's crazy
Yeah.
to think that there was a Lincoln Mercury dealer here in
Yeah.
Youngstown. You know,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just, it's wild to think about that.
Yeah.
And then right across the street was my uncle, who owned Jeffords' garage.
Wow. Yeah.
And then
There's-
across the street from that was Bishop's old house, our second house, and then the red brick school,
Right.
which my father had a big, huge garden in the back, supplied all the grocery stores with like radishes,
Wow.
corn, cabbage,
Oh, wow.
all that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's awesome.
After he quit the commercial fishing.
Yeah.
Right.
Because Jay's dad was a commercial fisherman here.
Yes.
For a long time, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
When he left here, I can say this now because he's dead, but he was making booze in the back of this building
Yeah.
when Martin was shut down.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Wow.
So,
Industrious people. You got to get business. You got to handle business.
yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And then he ran the El Dorado across the street.
Right. So that was, you guys talked about that when Eddie was on. That was
Yeah.
a hotel?
Yep.
Yeah,
That was right in this lot, this empty lot across the street here.
exactly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it had 6 cellars going down to the river.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's badass.
Yeah.
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 There was a ballroom in there, a gymnasium, a bar, hotel rooms.
Yeah.
There was everything.
Wow.
I never seen it because I was too young.
Right.
Part of it burned down in 1942, I think. I can't be sure about the date, but I think it was 1942. And the guy who owned it and had the building of it was a guy named Frank Steele. And Frank was a commercial fisherman also
Okay.
that would sell his fish to my father and Wagner, which was another commercial fisherman.
Yeah.
He divided it up.
Right.
But he wasn't willing to build it back up. So that's when my father said to him, okay, if you're not going to do it, what are you going to do with the rest of the building? So that's when I guess Frank Steele said, well, I'm going to knock it down because I'm not going to redo it.
Yeah.
So my father said, what are you going to do with the property? And he says, I'm kind of done, because he was living in the old mill where the condominiums are now.
Oh, yeah.
That was the old mill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the grist mill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he said, you want to buy it? And my father said, yeah, I'll buy the property. And that's when he bought it, and he decided to start commercial fishing.
Oh, okay.
And that was back in 43, 44.
Time when that was
Yeah.
when that was a viable business plan.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a commercial fisherman.
Yeah.
Well, my father made a lot of money at it, but
Right.
he spent it on the horses. He wasted it away.
Yeah, but yeah,
Wait, what horses? Batting on the horses?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
We've been betting on the mules
Yeah. And
at the baseball game.
he drank a lot and he gambled a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Played cards, played the horses. No.
Yeah, all of this sounds like Tom Waits lyrics, like old Bruce Springsteen songs.
Yeah.
But this is actual fact.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mean, this is true life stories.
It's Americana.
Yeah.
It's a story of a different time, a different culture, the way things were.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
The way where it was a small town, but you didn't have the internet. You didn't have everything was here. So you had your one guy fishing and then trading them to this guy, and then a guy growing radishes for the grocery store, and then everything was kind of the money went in a circle.
Everybody fed off each other.
Everybody was in the loop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I have neighbors. I've lived there for 7 years. I've never seen them. I have no idea who they are.
Well, that's the way society is done and
Yeah.
changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really has.
It's unbelievable. I think it would be a 10 times better world if people would go back to the older.
It'll
shot.
happen. There's no way this can sustain. It's going to crash. We better start learning how to grow radishes and fish.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's something to be seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all the while, the jug stands.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
So the jug's
Jug
here the
has
whole
been
time.
here forever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Always will be.
Right.
It'll never.
It's amazing. Yeah.
I don't think it'll ever
The
die.
amount of things it's seen, come and go, and the ebbs and flows, peaks and valleys of the way time,
Yeah, it's the one constant.
Yeah.
And I think Mike runs a good business. Chris is a good manager.
Yeah.
It'll run. It'll run
Yeah.
forever and ever. There's no other business in this town but the jug right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Wow.
It's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's no grocery store. There's no
Bank.
there's no bank.
Yeah.
Nope.
The closest thing to a bank is the ATM over by the Moose.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the closest thing we got.
Well, we had to put that in when we found out the bank was closed.
Wow.
I'm like, no one will be able to get money after 8 o'clock at night.
Well, the whole town seems like it closes down at 8 o'clock.
It does.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
does.
You know? And it's a very sad thing, because back when I was a kid growing up, this place put Lewiston to shame.
I know. I've heard that. Yeah. Which is,
And-
that's crazy. Like now.
Right.
And
Lewis-
like Lewiston right now is a metropolis compared to Youngstown.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're building a lot. There's construction going on all the time.
I know.
Every time we walk down Center Street, I'm like, there's a new building here.
Yeah, I know.
New stuff, new businesses.
I know. Every time that I go up there, I'm like, what the hell is that thing?
Yeah. I mean, there's always something
Maybe
happening.
some of that'll bleed over into here.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
I doubt it very much.
But there is something cool about it being like, this is like our private town.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It feels like it's like in like The Walking Dead or something, where like they just take over a town. Like, this is ours. We own this. there's no cops here. We're the cops. We run this whole thing.
There's too many cops here.
Yeah.
That is
That I
true.
gotta argue with you.
Yeah.
You got 16 part-time cops here in this little tiny village.
Where nothing
know.
happens. Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. There doesn't need to be that. We can run it. We'll handle it.
Yeah.
We'll handle our own.
When I was a kid growing up, there was one cop.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah. Like
Lived right
like,
here on Main
like
Street.
the Andy Griffith show. Like
Pretty
Andy-
much.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he did have more than one bullet for his gun.
That's good.
But no, he was a good guy. He, you know, if there was any trouble, he knew right where to go
Yeah.
because the town was so close knit
Right.
that whatever happened, he knew who was doing what.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That would be an interesting guy to talk.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah, because it was all very confined. You know
It
what I mean?
was.
And everybody knew each other, so he
Yep.
was kind of observing the whole thing. So if something went down, someone's up to something, something went missing, he had a good feeling of where to look.
Right.
And he lived right here on Main Street.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of it all.
Yeah, exactly. Now you got these guys, these part-time cops are coming from everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they don't
no.
live
They
here,
don't
so they have
live
no
here.
personal connection to the
No.
town or the
None,
people.
I know. I
Yeah.
mean, that was a huge problem that we had like 5, 6, 7 years ago. Like,
Yeah.
You know, with all those young cops that they hired from who knows where.
Well, that's why Phil's went out of business.
Yeah.
They couldn't sustain any of what was going on
Yeah.
because the cops were so brutal.
Right.
Wow.
They were trainees looking hired by here to make a name to go somewhere else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So, I don't know, in the town board, I'm going to say it. I don't care if they like it or they don't,
Hell yeah.
but they want to make this town into a senior citizen town.
Yeah.
They don't want it to grow,
Yeah.
Right.
okay? Which is a big mistake because you're sending a lot of educated kids out of here.
Yep.
Yeah, and what's going to happen when the seniors are no longer around? The town is just
Exactly.
over. It's got to keep going.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, or someone else is going to come by. Someone else is just going to come take it over.
Well, we're already seeing that happening.
Yeah.
Okay. I won't mention any names, but
O.J. Simpson.
well, yeah, you can go there. if he gets out of the last dispute he's in,
Yeah.
no. He may be in trouble again.
Yeah.
But
So you're saying like there's someone trying to like take Youngstown and make it not Youngstown anymore?
no, what I'm saying is that this person that is doing a lot of this, I think he's doing it for the good of Youngstown,
Okay.
trying to make it better.
Right.
But how can you make it better if you don't have the support of a town board?
Yeah.
I hear it.
So, that's my personal opinion.
Right.
We got to get. How do we get Dano on the board? That's our representative.
I'll tell you.
That's who we need on the board, Dano.
I'll tell you. The best person we ever had on this board in the last probably 5 to 8 years was Timmy Adams.
Yeah, Timmy's great. He's awesome. Yeah.
He tried to do a lot, and a lot of the board members shut him down.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
So now he's on the town board.
Okay.
Yep.
He couldn't handle it anymore. He got out of here.
Yeah.
And I don't blame him.
It's got to be frustrating.
It
You're
is.
trying to do
It
all
does.
these things, you just keep getting hit in
Yeah.
roadblocks. You know.
He's such a good-natured guy too. So to like,
He is.
you know, to drive him out of there and away from something that he was passionate about had to be pretty hard.
Yeah.
You know.
And Timmy's, believe me, he has no need for money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of his own.
Right.
That boy, he'll never suffer another day in his life with the money he has.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how much he has, but
That's all right.
Enough. He's got enough.
he's got a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what he's doing now with the town after he left the village, he doesn't need any money.
Right.
He could care less.
Yeah.
He tried. He tried, and they just weren't budging. So what is he
Right.
gonna do?
Yeah.
He's in it to try to help, and I'll tell you, Timmy has a big heart.
Yeah.
He does. He's a great
good.
guy.
Yeah. Shout outs, Timmy.
Yeah.
So that's what you think that was the main thing that kind of the town was hustling and bustling, but then when the army left the fort, that's when it all kind of went kaput.
That was the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shut down a ton of stuff.
Right.
Okay, because you didn't have the population.
Yeah.
You didn't have the buyers. You didn't have the people spending money. You didn't.
Right.
You know what I mean? So and all the buildings that were down there, you don't see even half of them anymore. They've all been torn down.
Yeah, the amount of things you were listing, I'm like, isn't that just a field now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's all just
Yep.
a lot of open
It's-
lots or smaller
It's all
things.
park area now.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yep.
There was no park there, only a little amusement park
Okay.
around these buildings, and I'm telling you where
Yeah.
the mothers and the kids stayed.
Yeah.
Only a little. It had like a little, not a merry-go-round, but a thing that you push. They could
Yeah.
ride on a horse.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
For the
Yeah.
kids, yeah. So
Yeah.
for the kids of the soldiers to play. Yeah.
Right, and swings and stuff like
Right.
that. But
Sure.
Now it's all soccer fields.
yes,
Yeah.
but at one time that was all buildings.
Wow.
You could drive down the street, and there was just tons and tons of buildings.
Wow. And they just tore it all down?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh, I'd like to see some pictures of that.
I know, yeah.
I
it
think
was
that I
definitely-
might actually have a Youngstown archive book up in my office. I'll have to check
Yeah,
after we're done.
that would be
and
cool to see, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you go to like I know there's like Instagram accounts I follow. There's like New York City then and now.
Yeah.
And it'll be like the picture of like something from like the 1800s, and then you swipe and it's that same building now, but it's surrounded by, modern stuff. It
Yeah.
would be cool to go through that book and kind of go to the spots now.
Yeah.
And see what's there or what isn't.
Yeah.
The only thing that I know of that's there is the movie theater,
Yeah.
and what did they used to call it? Stationed all these guys, and is now the reserves
Okay.
building.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and then there's another building on the other side going towards the river that is still a couple apartments or where people live still
really?
in them red brick buildings.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
But other than them three things, all the rest of it has
Nothing.
been torn down.
Yeah.
Not here anymore.
Wow.
But you could go down that main street in the fort and see nothing but red brick buildings.
Yeah.
Nothing but.
That was like a whole
Right.
town in itself.
Yes, it was. Yeah,
Wow.
exactly.
So we need to start a war with Canada, I guess. And so we have a reason to open the fort again and get some people down here.
Start some kind of war, get
Yeah.
some military people back in.
Right.
Yeah.
But
He's going
not-
to turn those cannons.
yeah. At one time, Youngstown was the base for sharpshooters out of the Army.
Oh, wow.
They
Like
had a
that's where they
rifle
would train?
range.
Yeah.
They had a rifle range.
That's cool.
All the marksmen used to come down to Youngstown and compete within the Army.
Wow.
Wow.
You get
'Cause-
that going again?
Yeah. When I was a kid, I remember going to the rifle range, digging out slugs
Oh,
out
wow.
of the hills
cool.
they have built there
Yeah.
that headed out to the lake,
Yeah.
so nobody would get hurt.
Yeah.
Right.
That's cool.
That is cool. Digging out old slugs.
Oh yeah. And then the old villa, which was built for all nuns. Just the nuns lived there.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Oh,
At the
yeah.
entranceway to the fort?
Across from the old Fort Inn,
Yeah.
the
yeah.
restaurant,
Yep.
right across the street where
Right.
the condominiums are built now.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a building just for nuns.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
What do they call that? A
was
monastery?
called-
Or is that for
It was
monks?
called the Villa.
The villa? Okay.
That's what everybody in Youngstown called it. I don't know what other people called it, but it was called the Villa.
That's
Right.
Yeah, you walk around, there's a bunch of soldiers and nuns walking around.
Yeah.
Wild time.
Just nuns. Nuns were the only
Yeah.
people allowed in there. But yeah, it was called the Villa.
Wow. A lot has changed.
Yeah. A real lot.
I mean, yeah. So, I mean, you've lived here your whole life then, mostly.
I left for 18 years.
Oh,
1966, I left, and I came back in 1984.
where'd you go? You go out
California.
West? Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
you went out west, chasing
Yeah.
the dream.
Yeah.
Blonde-haired women.
Oh, I
Oh,
can't
yeah.
tell you why I left, but I left.
Is it a good idea to skedaddle out, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. But I grew up here as a kid all my life till I was 18.
Yeah. And then you want to go explore. That was such an interesting time in America to just go across the country and
Yeah, that was a cool time to go out there.
Yeah,
for
but
real.
I didn't want to explore.
No.
No.
So you came back in the 80s and it was
Yeah.
a lot different, I'm assuming.
Oh,
town as well.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of stuff that when I left was here and was gone.
Yeah.
Right.
That sounds like it, yeah.
18 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, from 66 to 84.
Right.
I did come back one time in late 76, and I was here till the end of 77, maybe into 78, after the blizzard.
Oh, yeah.
I was here for the blizzard.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Picked a hell of a time to come home.
Yeah, really.
And I'm thinking to myself, why the hell did I come back here?
Yeah, exactly. I'm stuck in this fucking house.
Yeah, yeah. But my mother had died and my father was dying, so that's why I came back.
Oh, okay.
So, but I thought, phew, wow,
Yeah.
what a dummy I am.
Yeah.
I'm getting out of here and going back to California again. You know?
Yeah, I'm going back.
Yeah. That's funny.
But, no, gentlemen, it was a whole different town,
Yeah.
Yeah.
whole different thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like to see that come back? Would you like to see Youngstown start popping a little more?
I would love to see Youngstown come back to the way it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love it.
I'd love to see that.
Because
Yeah.
it was so prosperous, and it was a town that everybody loved, a town that everybody come,
Yeah.
like Lewiston is right now. Everybody goes to Lewiston.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, everybody used to come to Youngstown.
Right.
Right.
They would
I would-
bypass Lewiston and come to
Come
Youngstown.
here, yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's nice. The view, the lake, the aesthetic of it. It's a beautiful town, you know.
Well, sure it is. And we call it God's country.
Yeah.
Because we don't get the weather like Buffalo, Niagara
No, not at all,
Falls.
no.
I know. It goes right over us.
I
Yeah.
have so many times, like my buddies up in Buffalo, like they'll be coming down to my house to like record or something, and they'll be like, dude, we can't make it. We're getting slammed up here. And I look out the window and it's like a nice drifting snow. I'm like, I might go for a walk.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice here. Yeah. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
great. It's weird how that
It's true.
we miss all of the rough. I mean, we get a little bit, but we don't get like pounded like they do.
Right.
You
Right.
know?
And a lot of it's got to do with the hill.
Yeah, the escarpment.
Yes.
It's a very unique. Anyone who's ever been here, I mean, I know people who've come here to visit family and then they end up moving here years later. Like, it's a very unique little corner of the world we have here.
It really is.
We're right at the edge of America, so when America's freaking out and burning each other and shooting each other in the face, we're all over here like, why? Well, okay, we're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel distant from the chaos of the world. It feels very peaceful here.
Right.
We'll be fine,
Yeah.
and all the rest of it's going to go to hell.
Yeah.
We're good. We're still, even after the apocalypse, we're still going to have Friendly Phoes shows here.
Yeah.
Still going to have Taco Tuesday.
Yep. Come on down.
It's gonna
We'll
fun.
be here.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's our own little private town,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know?
And it always will be.
Right. Yep.
I just wish the board would change their attitudes and just not want to keep it a retirement town. Let the town
Yeah.
grow a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And give your kids a chance
Exactly.
to do something
Right. Yeah.
instead of having to run out of town.
Yep.
Yeah. Because they're so bored. You know what I mean? And then anytime someone tries
They
to do
can't find a
something
job.
cool, they can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Jimmy DiTellio tried this when I was a kid. Red and White closed. He bought it because he owed Trade Winds, the restaurant across the street. He turned it into what he called a teen center
Okay.
for the younger kids in town.
Yeah, like an underage
Give 'em-
club kind of a thing.
Give them somewhere to go.
Right.
All right. He cooked pizza. He had pop.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, and he would hire bands, kids bands.
Yeah.
Not
yeah.
regular bands. He'd hire kids bands.
Right.
The village shut them down.
Why?
They said too
We
much
don't like
problems.
that damn rock and
we
roll.
don't like the music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
We don't like the noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
know.
they shut them down.
Well, they just don't. Yeah,
And-
they don't want life. They're figured out. They got their place. They got their money. They just want to comfortably live quietly,
Yes.
and they don't want anybody else to have the opportunity to figure out their own thing.
Exactly.
Right.
Oh, we
That's-
played.
I mean, if that's what you want, then go build a cabin in the woods.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
There's
you
space.
know.
There's space out there. Go out. Go out Ransomville. Go just pick a field and live there.
Be a hermit.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
That's what you want to do.
Don't force
Yeah.
everybody else to do it too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We played at a place called Sugar City in Buffalo, which is like an arts community thing. It's all volunteers and it's an all ages place.
Yeah.
It's not a bar. It's like and they have a great room. We played up there, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be interesting because we're used to playing bars late at night with people who are fucked up.
Yeah.
Right.
But like, dude, there's a ton of people came out to the show. A lot of kids, a lot of underage kids, because they want something to do.
Yeah,
they
for
can't
sure.
go to bars. They can't go. They want to
Yeah.
go see live music. So these kids came out in droves, and they loved the show. So
Right.
we need
That's
places
cool.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need a place like
Yeah. Well, we
You-
got the Sundays here, which are, kids can come and stuff. That's more of an outdoor barbecue vibe than a bar.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We tried to base it around like a family atmosphere.
Yeah,
type of thing,
absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
And that's what should be done.
Yeah.
But you got to get this village board to.
do we just got to
start-
wait for them all to die out? Is that what it is? Or?
You know what? I don't wish anybody bad things.
Right.
But as soon as these older guys
Yeah.
go,
Yeah.
maybe things will change.
But by the time
Right.
they go, then we're all going to be old and we're going to be like, nah, never mind. Turn it down.
I'm too tired.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well,
you
I'm
don't
one of-
wish anything on anybody, but you still like,
Yeah, and I'm one of them older guys. I'm not going to be around much longer, so I would just like to hear somebody hear what I'm saying and let this town go to a younger board
Yeah.
which wants to keep people here and wants to keep them working, and the kids have an opportunity to do something.
Yep.
and give, reason to bring other people here.
Yes.
So you have pride in your town.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't have pride in a town that has no grocery store or no bank.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I know. We've talked about it on the show before.
That's like when you see
it's
movies
insane.
of when you go to like the Old West, there's a whole town that's like 3 buildings. One of them's a bank, one of them's a grocery store, and one of them's a saloon.
Yeah.
We have the saloon. We need the other 2.
Yeah. Youngstown doesn't have it.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
how far behind times are we?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I think it'll come back. There's enough people. It's a good enough spot. You can't beat Mother Nature and the lake and the vibe here, the physical aspect of the town. No one can take that away.
No.
No.
So that'll always be here. I think there's going to be always people coming here who want to do something here. You know what I mean?
If the town board will, ease up and let them do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah. So you hear that? Dano for town board. I'm voting for him. Is that how that works?
Yeah.
We'll get him in on it.
We'll get them in on that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Next year,
Start a petition.
I may run for mayor. I'll
Yeah.
change it.
All right.
Hell yeah. You heard it here first.
You got our vote.
You heard it here first.
Yep. That's right.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know, man. Anything else you want to hit?
No, I don't know. I think that we covered, most of what I wanted to cover, which was really cool. Jay, thanks a lot, man. Really
yeah.
appreciate
No
it.
problem. Thank you.
I definitely
that's
want to
great.
go. Hey, thanks, man.
Thank you.
I definitely want to.
I'm sure we'll get chatting again one of these nights, and I'll be like, you know what? I need to have you on the show one more time.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah,
Because a bunch of other stuff will probably come up. But
Oh, yeah.
that was.
I haven't told you everything yet.
No, I know. So,
The
but
broad-
yeah, that was awesome.
We hit the
You
broad
know?
strokes of it.
Yeah, we
you
really
know?
did.
And you see that the ebbs and flows of a place. You
Yep.
know.
Yeah.
Something once was. Maybe Youngstown will rise again.
Well,
You know
hope
what?
so.
I hope and pray it does.
Yeah.
I won't be around to see it, but I hope it comes back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I hope I
do
see
that.
at least part of it.
Yeah. Well, I think one thing that's definitely going to help is the Phriendly Phoes on February 29th at the
Definitely.
Jug
Yep.
for the disco set. We're doing a disco set. That's going to
Yeah.
be fun. It's going to be a
Disco.
good party.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So everybody come on out.
Yeah. So that'll help. That'll help it thrive.
Yeah.
Well, I'd love to be here, but I'm too old, so I'll probably be snoring by 8:30. So
It's about what time we're going to start. So, all right, Jay, thanks
all
again.
right, thank
And,
you guys, and thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Oh, yeah, for
Thank
sure.
you.
You know.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Get
All
it
right.
out there.
Yep. Thank
right.
you very much.
All right.
All right, Captain's Jug of Thoughts. Keep listening. Tell your friends. Thanks everybody listening. And Dano for town board. All right. See ya.
This is the Captain's Jug of Thoughts podcast. Recorded at the Ontario House. The Stone Jug.